All right, guys, how's it going out there this morning? Rooster here in Tennessee. Excuse me, customer test video. This one's for Jeremy. He's getting a 955 and this 8 pill here. I happen to have an Anytone already out of the box, so figured we'd just test it with it rather than taking a 955 out. Probably going to be seeing similar output numbers. The Anytone might do a little bit more average power than what the new 955s do, but PEP, they're going to be in the same ballpark. 955 probably does a little bit less. This guy right here, I think it does about 115, 120 PEP, whereas a 955 does somewhere between 90 and 100, or 100, I should say, generally. And then unless you start doing upgrades to 955, final changes, things of that nature. So this will give him a general idea what to expect out of this 8 pill. And again, test it with something different. Usually we test them with about 200 watts PEP going in, and we see somewhere between 1500 and 1700. Today, this thing does about 120, 115 PEP, and it does about 60 watts or so average, 50 to 60 watts average. So we'll see how it runs with it. Again, not going to see max output out of it, but not everybody likes to run stuff at max power, so it'll give you kind of a different perspective on it. If you're somebody that kind of likes to cruise stuff and maintain it rather than squeeze every watt out of it, this will give you an idea of what this combination will do. First thing we'll do is test it on AM. We do have the radio in AM mode there, and I'm not exactly sure how much dead key we've got coming out of it, but we're going to key this 8 pill at about 250 watts dead key. So we'll come over here. We are at 14.6 volts. We'll go ahead and key it up and see what kind of current we get on a dead key. So about 55 amps or so, and then I'll just modulate it. Hello. So under 100 amps. So again, that's a good thing for people that don't like to run stuff full power. You're getting under 100 amps of draw running the 8 pill the way it is now. So, you know, give you a general idea if you want to run this kind of setup in a mobile, what you'll be looking at. Now, we'll test it on sideband here in a second. That's AM, 250 watt dead key, and then modulating it. Let's come over here to the watt meter. Average power first. We're going to be looking at the top scale. That's a 2500 watt slug in there. Hello. 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 So about 600 watts average power depending on our voice peak. And again, that's with about 50 to 60 watts average going in. You bring the average power up to 70, 80 watts, we'll see that 750, 800 watt average that we normally see out of these. Now this is PEP, again looking at the top scale, peak power. Check, check, audio, check, check, audio, check, check, audio, check, check, audio, check, check, audio. So about what we expect out of it, 1250 watts PEP, and that's not bad at all, considering this radio is doing, you know, 110 to 120 watts, so it's doing 10 times what we're putting into it. I'm going to leave the meter on peak, and we're just going to come over here and go to sideband mode. I'm not even going to touch the RF power. We'll just leave it where it's at, and we'll see how it does. So flip the amp into sideband position because we want to make sure the delay is working properly. And we'll come over here and see what kind of current we draw on sideband. Now intermittently we can expect it to be more. Check, check, audio, check, check, audio, check, check, audio, check, check. So you can see really a big difference in sideband. Again, sideband doesn't have a continuous amount of power drawn, but this radio does a good bit of average power, and you're seeing the results on sideband there. What would we see, 150 amps worth of draw? Again, we'll do it one more time. Radio check, radio check, radio check. Yeah, 150 amps easily at times there. So really seeing some serious current draw out of this. Now, he'll probably see a little bit less than that with the 955 because I don't think it does the amount of average power that the little Anytone does. I'm going to show you the peak output. Show you it's doing about the same as it does on AM. Radio check, and you can hear the relay is staying engaged with the delay. Radio check, radio check, radio check, radio check. There you go. 8-pill 2879 standard with sideband biasing. Set up to go for sideband radio. Again, sold the brother amp of it last week that was AM only, and this one has sideband added. So nice running 8-pill, should make a really good combination with the 955. Again, you're seeing 1250 watts PEP with not even 150 watts worth of drive. So really on these, I mean, if you go over 200 watts, I mean, I tell people 250, 275, but there's really no point in going over 200 watts. You start getting diminishing returns, but you know, people like to see things do the max, so we try to test them the best we can. But there you guys go, different spin on the 8-pill. If you ever wondered how they ran with like a Anytone or Striker or something like that, maybe this will give you a general idea. Standard 8-pill 2879, biasing and delay. Questions, comments, shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. Rooster in Tennessee. See you, bye.